Okay, everyone, how you doing today? I've made a Donald Trump video for a few days, actually probably more than a week, maybe even longer than that. So I think the Donald probably needs to have a video made about him today. And the video I'd like to make is 3 major myths about Donald Trump. Lies, deceptions, whatever you want to call them, but 3 of them, and I want to discuss them. First myth about Donald Trump, huge myth about the guy, is that he operates on 2 to 3 hours of sleep at night. And he brags about it. I mean, it's like he's this ultra workaholic that only operates on a few hours of sleep a night. And, you know, the slothful Hillary Clinton and the slothful Democrats that never ever work, that never ever do anything but sleep. Donald Trump is above all those people because he only sleeps a few hours a night. If you go to any of the medical associations or WebMD or anything like that, sleeping a few hours a night isn't even possible and is actually dangerous and probably some sort of condition. So if you're only sleeping a few hours a night, you're probably not even healthy. So the fact this guy says he only sleeps a few hours a night means that he's actually saying to everybody, I'm not healthy. I have a sleep problem. I have a disorder. I'm in poor health. I don't think correctly. I have mental lapses because of my sleep disorder. And that's what he's basically saying when he says he only gets a few hours of sleep a night, which is a total lie. It's complete crap. And this just plays into Donald Trump's inability to tell the truth, even on something so insignificant as how many hours a night he sleeps. Myth number 1. Myth number two I'd like to discuss is his continual habitual lying about his tax returns, saying that he cannot release his tax returns because he's being audited, which is complete bullshit. There's anywhere I can find on the internet where having an audit keeps you from disclosing tax returns. So complete bullshit, and he's bullshit. And the reason he's probably not, or the reason I know he's not releasing his tax returns, is because there's stuff on his tax returns he doesn't want people to see. Probably the fact that he's not making any money, probably never has made any money, probably shows a loss every single year, doesn't probably pay very many taxes, and he probably has some entanglements with other people or entities or whatever that's disclosed on his tax returns that he doesn't want the American public to know. So he habitually lies about his tax returns and says this bullshit crap that I can't release my tax returns because I'm under audit. Well, now that he's president, he has a lot of executive power. He has executive powers to even give certain people pardons, like he did with Sheriff Aparo. So with all that executive power, why doesn't he just release his tax return? Or why doesn't he just force the Internal Revenue Service to let him release his tax returns if that's the case? But that's not the case. It's a big freaking lie. Just like everything else this guy is, it's a big lie. The final myth about Donald Trump that I'd like to disclose or talk about here, of which I've talked about before, is the guy's physical height. Donald Trump wants to be 6'3" tall. He even put 6'2", I think, on his driver's license. But when a guy's in the media and in the public image and public domain as much as Donald Trump is, it's pretty hard to hide your physical height and literally lie about it. And it's really interesting to me because there's no reason for Donald to lie about his height. He's not a short man. He probably looks like he's an average height guy. Why would you say you're 6'3" when you're probably more likely to be 6 foot? Lucky to be 6'1". Why would you say you're 6'3"? He's not playing in the NFL. He's not a professional wrestler. Height and weight doesn't have anything to do with being a president. He just lies about this stuff because he can't help himself. Because the guy's a habitual liar. He cannot help lying all the time, even about stuff that has nothing to do with anything, which is his physical status, of which is very well documented and very well displayed every day of his life by being on TV and all the other places, being up next to other people. So all this stuff is very, very, very blatant Donald Trump and his inability to tell the truth and lie for even in the most insignificant ways. So The guy just can't help himself. And the fact that he can't tell the truth about his physical stature even shows he really can't, help himself. He's just a perpetual, habitual, can't tell the truth guy. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.